welcome to this episode of Glasscast and Windowcast. My name is Katy Devlin. I am the Vice President of Content and Programming for the NGA. I am so delighted to be with Eric Kowalewski from CR Lawrence today from CRL, and we are broadcasting right here on the GlassBuild America trade show floor in Orlando. Before we get started with our chat, this episode is brought to you by our series sponsor, Dow, innovating for a sustainable future in building materials, and Lansing Building Products, your partner in quality building supplies. Thank you for making this episode possible. I like to start every episode by saying, can you introduce yourself? Who are you? What's your background in the industry? What are you excited about today in your work?
So Eric Kowalewski. So I've been in and around the building product space for really the last 25 years. Had the opportunity to spend time in, say, the glass industry, but really spent more time in the residential side. Spent several years with Cornerstone, and then really moved over to PGT most recently. So again, more residential, but had that opportunity to spend some time understanding glass, understanding kind of the overall opportunity to service customers. Exciting to get into the glass and glazing, this side of the business. I mean, the teams out there, all of our customers that I've had the opportunity to meet, with just a great group of people. Wonderful industry, wonderful creative people out there. It's been a real pleasure.
So you joined CRL, you're heading up CRL, you joined last year, right? Coming from PGT, Cornerstone. So how has that transition been from that residential to commercial?
The transition has gone really well, because the reality is, whether it's residential or commercial, all of the customers are really looking for the same things. They're looking for a partner that can really help them both drive innovation and really drive that customer service and that customer focus. On the residential side, you're working in people's homes. On the commercial side, you're really trying to drive their business. You're trying to make their opportunity that, it's their place of business. It really highlights how do they bring their customer in. Mm-hmm. The industry is moving, you look at the overall just kind of commercial space, and glass is becoming more and more prevalent. Everybody wants to bring that outside in. We all, during COVID, we all had to sit home. We all had the opportunity to work out on the back porch. In some cases, people moved out, and they were, everything from working out of RVs to working in nature. All of a sudden now, everybody's moving back into the office, and they don't want to give up that outside space. They don't want to give up what they've gotten used to. And really, glass is the only substrate, it's the only building material that really allows you to bring that outside in.
And we need it. I mean, we as humans need it.
Sunlight is so important to everybody. So it's a great industry to be in right now.
Yeah. Has anything surprised you?
This has been a surprising year, I think, for everybody. There's been a lot of challenges overall, but what a resilient group of people our customers are, and just the industry is. We're challenged with, you wake up every day and we're not quite sure what's going to happen in the marketplace. You're not quite sure what's going to happen in the overall economy. So there's been a lot of uncertainty. On the other side, too, it's just been more and more of a struggle to get labor. So our customers had to be a lot more innovative. They've had to change every month, every day, overnight, just kind of trying to work out, okay, where's the economy going? Where am I going to go? Where am I going to go get labor? And it's critical for CRL to adapt to that. We've kind of refocused the organization on how to be a lot more customer-centric, how to spend more time with our customers to really understand their struggles. And then we're kind of revamped our entire innovation team to focus more and more on how do we make innovations that really make our customers' lives and jobs easier. And a big part of that is creating innovation that allows them to reduce overall labor, speed up the installation, and just generally provide a higher level of service to the customer. At the same time, do it with less people, because that's the reality where we're going right now.
So that is, your number one concern for your customer base is workforce, you think? Is that?
I'd say workforce is an absolute critical piece right now. Our customers are challenged every day. The reality is a lot of the workforce in the past is immigration, immigrants coming in. I'm first generation here. My family came over from Poland. When you come here, the first jobs you typically take are more of that blue collar job. It's, the kids today don't wake up going, gosh, I wish I was doing a manufacturing job, or I wish I was doing, installation of glass. It hasn't been as exciting. That immigrant population is critical. With policies and everything else right now, it's just harder to find labor today. And you're not finding a lot of the young kids that want to get into the trades. So it's critical that we figure that out.
So in thinking, you mentioned previously that you at CRL, you're focused on tools that can help customers with their workforce challenges, right? So what does that actually look like with the tools and supplies and products that you're making for this group?
When you look at a lot of the new introductions that we have, the Trento hinge, now that one person can basically install. You look at the now cut to lengths that we have with our Fallbrook selection. It's all about how do we do more at a facility? How do we do more of the work in our locations? And then our new railing system that we're coming out with that, you don't have to shim in the field, now it's adjustable. All of this is around how do we make first off, there's two things. It's one, how do we do more work in the factory to make the actual installation in the field go smoother, faster, easier with less people? On the other side of it is how do we innovate so that the actual installation doesn't require so much manual work to make the product look phenomenal and to make the customer overjoyed at what they just got.
You also mentioned that you are focused on interfacing more with your customers, being more like customer forward, spending more time with them. What does that look like in action?
So from the highest level, so myself, I spend maybe 1, max 2 weeks in the office. My goal is to spend up to 75% of my time in the field, really getting to know our customers, listening to our customers, and that's critical. Listening to where they're really challenged, where they struggle, what are the opportunities, where should we focus our innovations, and then CRL, we really didn't have the sales team out in the field the way we should have. We have spent really this last year focused on how do we go out and find the best sales reps that we possibly can. We've added 40 different both branch managers and sales managers just this year. The goal is to double that number next year. And then it's pushing a lot of the decision making out to that local level. So one of the things we did is we restructured the business to include now what we call mini CEOs. We're calling them branch managers. These branch managers in each one of our branches now has the authority and ability to manage both sales and operations, make decisions around everything from what stocking levels should we have to even some localized pricing decisions that they can really make that, we want to be that large organization that has that great supply chain, but it's really about having that local feel and having local decision making so our customers can trust us, that we understand the market and we understand their struggles.
So we're here at GlassBuild. I imagine you're seeing a lot of your customers, probably seeing some of the suppliers. How has your GlassBuild been?
It has been fantastic. I will tell you, both, I think again, after COVID, people missed that face-to-face interaction. So GlassBuild's critical from the standpoint it's allowed us, everyone's excited to get back, excited to get in front of each other. And our booth has gone great. I mean, we have been inundated with customers and vendors. Pretty much from the time we opened yesterday all through today, I have probably met somewhere close to 100 customers. We've probably met 20 or 30 of our different vendors. It has been fantastic opportunity to really get to see everybody, in a way that you don't have even traveling around. At best I can see 3 or 4 customers a day. This has allowed in 2 days us to meet probably 100 different people.
Yeah, that's why we do these, right?
It's been fantastic.
Yeah, the trade show high. So let's keep going with GlassBuild a little bit. Do you have a hot take about GlassBuild? Something, trend, a demo, hot topic of conversation, something that has stuck with you?
I'll say a couple things that have stuck with me. Talking to our customers, they're really looking for a couple different opportunities. They're struggling with their labor. And they have spent a lot of time talking about they could do more business if they could get more people to allow them to do more installs. The work's there, they can't always take advantage of it because they don't have that opportunity. So innovation is critical. What they're looking for is new products, new opportunities that allow them to install faster, do more with less, and about really driving that opportunity at that customer level because, again, labor's our number one concern. Mm-hmm. So I think it emphasizes CRL's new approach on that innovation side of the business. And then the other piece was that they don't have time. Time is no longer a luxury for them. Every customer they talk to want things done tomorrow. So part of that is, and you look at CRL, kind of the refocus that we've had on putting more inventory closer to the customer. It's all about making sure that we have everything so that when they show up, they can pick up same day. Because in many cases, they want to go since there's less opportunities to do things, they want to be able to do it much faster. They want to be able to do it today, not even tomorrow. So it's about having more inventory. And then they've been asking us, we have customers that are not near CRL locations. So we've spent a lot of time this year. We've opened up 4 new locations in the US, 1 in Europe. Next year, we're going to accelerate that. The goal is to open up 5 new locations in the US. It's about how do I get more product closer to the customer, make sure we're stocked up so that they know that we're the trusted partner to go to, that we can supplement their business. They don't have to carry inventory. We have it for them. We're their trusted, brand that they can go to.
Mm-hmm. All right, one last one for you, Eric. We're going to play a word association game.
Okay.
So finish this sentence. GlassBuild is?
Essential.
All right, you heard it here. Eric Kowalewski, head of CRL. Thank you so much for being on GlassCast and WindowCast. It's great to have you here at GlassBuild and on the podcast. Thank you.
Hey, Katy, thank you so much for having me. This has just been fantastic. Love everything you guys are doing. This is such a critical element for our industry.
Yeah, well, let's keep engaging and keep seeing each other at shows. This is fun. All right, thanks.
Great, thank you.